Alright, it's been a while. This should be a quick one because I don't really have a very well thought idea about how this is going to go. But I just wanted to do one about commercials and how incredibly narcissistic these commercials are. I mean, they've got, imagine if you knew what a commercials basically do. Then all they do is sit there and tout what's so great about their company and say we're the best and we've got the best products and nobody else comes close, and they talk about how their competitors suck and how they're doing revolutionary things. They always compare themselves to great actors, thinkers, achievers. They create these images of sort of idea of themselves or what you would look like, how you're gonna be the coolest guy when you buy their product. And I just wanted to draw attention to the fact that if these commercials were actual people, like if you could personify these commercials into a person who is just boasting about themselves and how great their achievements were and how you want to be involved with them because it'll make you better. I mean, nobody would like these people. These people would be total assholes. And I think this is, the problem with, upper management. A lot of these companies. I mean, some of these commercials are good natured and involve comedy. And for those commercials, it's fine, They don't have a big ego about themselves. They're just trying to entertain and sell the product. That, I still think all advertising is essentially evil, but at least the funny stuff, in a way enriches life a little bit. Kind of like, there's some examples of this, but I don't know. The worst things are when it's terrible when they're trying to be funny, but really they're not being funny. They're focusing more on selling the product than being funny, and that is a disaster. To me, that's all the Geico commercials. All the Geico commercials have the sheen of an attempt at being funny, when in reality they're just giving you the hard sell and coating it over with a light bit of comedy, or what they think is comedy. What's funny about a gecko having Chinese food delivered to a small apartment? That's just stupid. And the guy with the new quote-unquote New York accent, I mean, it's a weird New York accent. It doesn't sound like your typical New York accent. It's just one commercial, but anyway, I'm sort of sidetracking here. Basically, all I'm saying is if you knew these people, if these commercials represented people, you'd want to kick their ass, and nobody would like them, and people would get tired of their boastful bullshit. And so it pretty much goes the same. People hate commercials because it's just a bunch of boastful bullshit that nobody really believes. It's just a bunch of bravado backed up by nothing. They act like their product is so great, so great. We know what their products are. They're not that great, They constantly talk about how they have the best, the best, the best. But their product is not. If it was really that great, then they wouldn't need to make a commercial for it. It would sell itself. But no, they need to convince us through millions upon millions of dollars that their product is the best. And so we have to listen to these commercial assholes. I don't know whether it's the people approving the commercial or the people who create the commercial or a combination of both. But the narcissism of these companies in these commercials is sickening. And I think that's pretty much why everyone hates commercials, because, we get tired of hearing you talk about how great you are, Take a page from some of the comedic commercials and you'll be a little bit more likable, Kind of like, the I Love You Man Budweiser commercials. Those were funny. Or, a lot of the Bud Light commercials throughout the years were pretty funny, or I don't know. There have been funny commercials, but the DirecTV commercials were funny with the guys who I don't know, not the ones with Rob Lowe, but the older ones where the guy gets beat up because he's got an eye patch or whatever. I mean, you gotta put real comedy in these things. You gotta make them entertaining. Don't for those who are working on Madison Avenue, stop shoving your narcissistic boasting in commercials down our throat, and let's see a few more commercials with some real entertainment value. We don't want you to tell us how great your product is over and over and over again, and make these grand claims about how you're like Rembrandt, or you're like you're doing some revolutionary thing, or comparing yourself to some balls out athlete and saying, oh, our products are just like that, we take this, we're just as pioneering and bold, and it's like, shut up, screw you, you're a fucking company. You're not a professional athlete or a painter or a genius inventor. Quit it with this crap. You're not fooling anybody. You're just being obnoxious. If you want to make a good commercial, give it entertainment value, and don't make it so elitist. You sound like, imagine if you were to hang out with somebody like that all day. We're just going, oh, well, I do my job the best, and, that other guy over there, he doesn't do it as well as me, and, really, I'm really like a genius, one of the geniuses of old. I've done incredible things. You should all be extremely impressed, and let me roll down the list of my accomplishments. Well, first I did this project, and I received it's like, that's what it sounds like. That's what these commercials sound like. Nobody wants to hear some narcissistic, boastful asshole, and nobody wants to hear the same thing out of commercials. So do us all a favor, make your commercials entertaining, and stop giving us the hard sell, and stop acting like your shit doesn't stink, because no one believes it.